to have some time for other pieces to fall in the right place. And I think this is happening at the moment, and we are coming back. We are getting comfortable. We had a long time when we didn't perform, but lately we started to understand each other more, and the team started to behave like a team. I think that this will help us play our best individually. We just need to focus on ourselves, and if we can do that, we can go far. It always takes time. Whenever you create a team, it takes time for the team to click. And in our team, we just mix it up all the time. Maybe we will have some slumps, but in the end, at some point, we will be a lot stronger than other teams. When I think about ESL Cologne, I still remember last year, which was huge. And I just can't wait to play on the stage, and we will do our best to play in front of this amazing crowd.
Virtus.Pro wanting to get back on top, and Liquid, well, they want to try and go ahead and get to that semi-final once again. They did it once, and now they're looking to replicate that success, albeit with a slightly different roster. Thorin, Janko, and Moses are joining me to talk through this one, and I believe it makes sense to start with Liquid. Virtus.Pro, we did just see there, though, they talking about the fact they want to get back onto that top spot. We'll come back to them in just a moment. The first thing I want to highlight is just how hard it is for you guys to actually understand Liquid and what to expect results-wise. Like, we didn't come into them as the favorites in their previous game, and they walked through Train, Duncan.
I mean, there was someone at the desk. I think it was Moses, actually. You picked Liquid, right?
I did.
Oh, it was him.
I did. Some
people did. Like, I noticed in the analysts' breakdown, some people had them going through the group at least. The problem with Liquid for me is that I still haven't seen a whole lot that I can actually base like analysis off. Yeah. You can look at the players and try and simulate in your mind, like, I think if this player was on fire and this guy was doing this way, the team would fit together in this way. Even so, though, I think it would have been hard to predict the way they played yesterday, because like I mentioned after that game, they were winning a lot of post-plant situations. So that's not something that comes just from the lineup and how they synergize and all the rest of it. Like, for example, a player like Elish, he's someone who didn't even emerge until a few months ago as one of the best players on Liquid. Hiko was back to almost like classic form Hiko, a lot of frags, whereas we've been used to him just winning his clutches and kind of being middle of the table most of the time. Simple actually didn't even really have to do much in the game, yet most people, if you're simulating the best case scenario for Liquid, you'd have Simple and JDM going off, dual op, set up, like dominating everywhere. It wasn't so much of that. I think JDM was actually one of the biggest bright spots, because you know coming over from CLG what he's capable of doing, what a stable star he is, and he actually did fit right into Liquid in that sense.
Jason, have you voiced your opinion? We all know, as Duncan likes to remind you, you're a big fan of Kusta. Seeing JDM take his spot, how does that make you feel? You feeling good about Liquid?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, when JDM was talking to Liquid about making that change, I spoke with Hiko about it. I just flat out told him, I was like, if JDM wants to join, you have to make that. You have to take that trade. There's like, you just can't give Kusta the time anymore if a player of JDM's caliber is stepping in. So I think that's a sick trade. I think the big thing about Liquid right now is, yeah, you look at the lineup, but for me also, I mean, going into these map vetoes, you don't even know what maps they're good on because they haven't played matches. They can tell us, you know, in conversation what they've done in practice. I think also, I mean, it's just a bummer for this team, and it's hard to really judge it because this is now 2 majors in a row where they've made roster changes and they haven't been able to use that roster at the major.
Sure.
I mean, same thing happened in Columbus where they couldn't use Kusta after making that change. So now
for them,
yeah, right. Could be a good thing. Maybe a good thing, but yeah, we just have to wait and see. And I mean, also the scary part is we all know they have the firepower. It's just how is it going to mesh? They have a new coach in as well. They have Peacemaker. Simple doesn't make anything easier on trying to like learn a new system, especially considering he's not going to be in the roster after the major. Yeah. So it just seems like right now they're setting everything up in like a 4-1 kind of thing and just say, Simple, do your thing.
We keep using this word, Janko, we keep using this word firepower, like this raw talent that is on, you know, the big names of Liquid. How does that compare to Virtus.Pro? I mean, surely those are names not to be sniggered at either. The longest standing rosters within CSGO, or one of.
Definitely, especially players like Bialy and Snags, the two of the, you know, newcomers to that lineup, the legendary Polish lineup, although it has been more than 2 years that they've been all playing together. And that's the thing, you always need to have players who are really strong aim-wise. In a sense, I know this may sound a little bit silly, but Bialy, for example, is a player who has really good aim. He's almost like a turret. He's very stationary in his play, but you can rely on him to get those kills for you, to stop a push, to buy time for your teammates. And against a team like Liquid especially, I feel that Bialy is going to be one of the key players here, because he's going to have to battle with the aggressive play styles of Simple, Elish, Nitro, the first players coming in for Liquid here, because I think that undoubtedly Virtus.Pro is the better team when it comes to, you know, a game plan or how deep their game is at this point.
And that moves us nicely into maps, Duncan. We said it's hard to predict Liquid, so let's talk primarily about Virtus.Pro, their map pool, and what to expect.
Well, the interesting thing is we know Virtus.Pro historically a very deep map pool. It's very rare they have maps they can't play. They've always permabanned Dust 2. They were going to see Mirage here banned because actually right now that is by far the strongest map for Virtus.Pro. It's one of the few maps that hasn't kind of betrayed them in the mix-up of poor results and losing lands. Dust 2 is their permaban anyway. They're going with it. Interestingly enough, I don't think Liquid likes that at the moment, but Virtus.Pro, when you've got as deep a map pool as they have, you just get it out of there. In terms of what you want to ban out if you're the Team Liquid guys, they've only really shown us so far. They have Cobblestone, that was the first line ECS, and they won on Train yesterday. So those are the two maps we're thinking they might want to play, but those are also two very good maps for Virtus.Pro. Those are two of the top 3 Virtus.Pro maps. Sure. So do they pick to ban one of those? If they want to just go towards those and believe you can win on it, certainly possible.
I'm worried they'll get sucked into Train.
So they ban out Overpass here, which obviously is one that we know is still strong for Virtus.Pro. They only lose to the best teams in the world on that map. It's one that the old Team Liquid themselves, they were decent enough on, but that was a number of iterations ago. Virtus.Pro banning Nuke, not a surprise. I mean, it's a map that's only just come back in the map pool. They haven't really shown that it's something they want to embrace so much. They have played it a little bit. They played it once at E-League, but they lost to Gambit there. In terms of the last ban here, there's so many ways you can go. Like, what I think they're discussing right now is, do they ban Cash? And do they just say, let's play one of Cobble and Train? Like, let's just play that. We know those maps. We like those maps. Like, I feel like that is probably the question be here, because here's the thing. Virtus.Pro is actually not that good on Cash. That is one of the maps that's lower down. So if you've practiced it, and okay, you haven't played it in competition yet, but you were good on it, I feel like that could be the way to get Virtus.Pro off one of their better maps.
It also used to be one of Liquid's favorite maps, Cash. In some of the previous, iterations of their roster, it was that and Dust 2 have always been those North American maps, but Liquid loved playing those. I believe it was when Fugla was on the roster, and then even immediately after that when Hiko joined, they still loved to play Cash.
But
it's gone.
Yeah, but
Thank God.
From the limited games they've played so far, their go-to vetoes have been Mirage, Overpass, and Cash. So I feel that I agree with you guys that they were debating whether they want to leave Cash. In a sense, they probably haven't played it that much, haven't practiced it that much, but they would rather avoid VP on Train rather than anything else.
I think this is the right move as well, because it was this or Cash. It had to be, because you want to leave Cobble in there. It's still a map you want to play, even though it is a very strong Virtus.Pro map. But the difference is, you were playing Envious on Train yesterday. Envious is not a super strong Train team. They just had a little run of form on it recently. You know, historically, VP Train is a map that's always kind to them. I actually feel like when it's come out here, it's a great map for the two teams, but obviously they were hoping the randomizer gave them Cash there. Yeah.
So the randomizer has made it a bit bittersweet then for Liquid, despite managing to get...
I think they'll still like this. It's just that I think that would have been one of the few maps you could have possibly got to, especially with this higher seed where you ban the 3 out, where maybe they could have felt favoured. Here they have to feel like if we both play our best, maybe we can win.
Yeah. What are you saying?
I think this is a great map for Liquid. This is actually the map they won 2 times at the ECS finals against G2. And also, interestingly enough, Virtus.Pro decided to start CT on Cobble, which is, the map is T-sided, and Virtus.Pro is known for their T-side play where the plow starts rolling. So maybe their thought process is, let's start CT, our slower side, and then we know how many rounds we need on the T-side.
With all of that said and done, gentlemen, I'm intrigued to know your predictions. I'll actually start with you, Jason. Do you have belief in the boys from Liquid?
I do. I'm going to take them to win.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going to fly that flag again. Go for it. Why not? Optic let me down, but Liquid's. Look, I think he'll do it. I'm really excited to see JDM in this team, and then I think especially with the way Hiko's been playing in a Liege, if he continues that form from yesterday, he's a big key component of this team, because one of Nitro or Liege is going to have to be good in this game.
Yeah, Yanko, what about you?
I'm going to go with Liquid as well. I feel they have what it takes to beat VP in a best of one, and they have, surprisingly enough, they have a couple of cool strats on the T side as well, so they have structure on this map.
I'm going to go with Virtus.Pro, even though I think this has always been a JDM specialty. He's very good on CT side in that B site. Virtus.Pro have won their last 4 on this map. I think they're going to make it 5, and their T side is going to be too much for the guys from Team Liquid.
One of these teams, after this map on Cobblestone, will have secured a ticket to LANXESS. It will. I mean, who'd have thought that Liquid could enter this major and actually top their group? 2 members of Death think it's going to happen, and your casting team is ready for this one. It is Semler, and actually, rather appropriately, it's Major General Anders, but with those major pins and all.
Ooh. Thank you very much, Alex. I appreciate that, definitely. We are going to head into the game here. It's Virtus.Pro and Liquid. And there was a bit of a split on the desk there. People not exactly sure who's going to end up winning. I like that Moses, is going for the Americans, though. I feel like that's appropriate.
He never gives up, man. He never gives up. True patriot. That's Moses, right? Gonna vote Trump, all that jazz. But, I mean, he hasn't given up on Liquid, and he's got a fair point. I mean, JDM may be the difference maker here. He could match up well with Simple. The two of them, between the two of them, you have that explosive opping power. You have that double AWP option that you can bring into it. One on A side, one on B side. Really get that lockdown going when they get onto the CT side. On the T side, though, is it going to be enough to get them a strong start here, Anders? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I feel like so much now on Cobblestone comes down to the T side. We literally just saw that between when Nip was playing, right? You can have a pretty good start, but if you can't survive the CT side, then it doesn't really matter. We are going to head into the game here. So a big welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here. It's day 2, obviously, of the ESL Cologne Major. So I hope you guys are ready for it. Virtus.Pro and Team Liquid. And we have Team Liquid on the T side. JDM already setting up. In fact, it looks like Liquid in general are setting up for a quick B attack here. And Bayali playing on the stairwell, which is going to be tough. He's going to have to hit some really good headshots. In fact, they're going to go proactive right now and just flash their way in as Liquid are setting up. And look at it, Bayali picking up 2 more headshots. Oh my god, a 4th one coming in. He's wrecking Liquid, and it's now 1 versus 5 here. And Bayali single-handedly taking out the North American team. Just Nitro left.
He's been so consistent with the pistol recently, Bayali. A lot of the highlight clips that we've been seeing from Virtus.Pro, it's either been him or Neo with that USP just wrecking people. And now he knows where Nitro's coming from as well. He's got him locked into connector. It seems like Snax is going to try and ferry him over there as well. Snax with that long lurk over from the A site towards the halls. Turns out wasn't necessary. Bayali was there to just completely wreck Team Liquid's dreams here in this pistol round.
And look at it, they're actually letting Bayali look for the final kill. He's actually searching drop right now to try and see if he can get it. Snax has gone down. Bayali coming in from the side. No, he's not going to get the ace. It's so close. But what a grotesque way to get started here. Virtus.Pro setting a really high mark, I think. That's the timing is so perfect as well. They're setting up on the other side. In fact, you can tell the grenade, the first grenade is going over just as that flash comes in from Virtus.Pro. So that's just incredible work here.
It's just the timing, and then just look at how patient he is, how calm he is. Just click, click. He gets that timing down in between each click of the mouse to get the kills, to make sure that he's just dead on aim-wise. Yeah, that's just sick work from Bayali to start things off here for VP. 1-0 lead now for VP on the CT side. And VP, you know, as talked about on the desk, they took a little bit of a risk. They wanted to, that slow start, you know, get onto the CT side, which is the least favored side on this map, and then just really just set it up for their second half so that they know exactly what they have to get done. If they get that pistol round, though, life just got a whole lot easier.
Well, speaking of easier, that grenade hit 3 people dead on. Has such a lot of HE damage coming out, but Hiko will take down Taz. So a pretty good start here for Liquid. See if they can get a couple of more kills in. He's going to be hunted though. Nitro going down, and Snax and Pasha too. Close out the round, so still a quick 2-0 here for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, it's a shame that they got bogged down in connector there. What they really were hoping to do, Liquid, was to split, because that bomb was still waiting at underpass on A. They wanted to split from drop into connector and then try and crunch the defense on that A site between the Tech 9s, between the P250s. Only problem is, well, the MP9 showed up. Basically, the close-up SMG, it's going to shred you. That's exactly what it's designed for. And so nothing really works out there for Liquid. So they're stuck. They just went for the force buy in the second round, and now in the third, it's more pistols. So basically, VP now just get the joy of farming up more kills, make that money.
Snax gonna put up a smoke and peek behind it rather quickly, and the question is, how tempted is he gonna be to try and push through? He's already right on the edge, but the rest of the play is happening over towards drop again. Taz picking up 2 great kills with that stolen Tech 9, and then comes Simple with 2 in return. So that's going to make it a 3-on-3, and a bit of an expensive round here for the Polish side. Got to be careful they don't also let the bomb go down, which they might not even have a chance to stop right now. It's on the site here. Snax is the only one in position to maybe have done it, but he's going to wait for his teammates, and they're going to go for a full retake here. Great round from Liquid.
Very patient. They just rinsed and repeated. Instead of going underpass, though, the bomb went through apartments this time, went through long. But it's the exact same strategy that they used in the last round. This time, just no Kevlar, not too many nades to make it easy. But it turns out if Simple's going to dome 2 people and connector up close to the P250, life's going to be looking pretty good if you're Team Liquid. They get that bomb plant, so they get that extra money, and Alicia's making it a little bit more expensive. But they should be able to pick up all the guns and make sure that everybody's saving what they need to here, VP. It's not the end of the world. But a very good eco round coming on for Liquid. They got 3 kills, they got the bomb plant on pretty much a hard eco. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Liquid. And now they should have all of the options open for them here going into the 4th round. They should be able to get that sniper rifle.
Yeah, that's going to really cut deep into their economy here, especially as they had to pick up that AWP as well. So they won't have that much money on the CT side, even winning 3 rounds in a row here. A bit of a bank on Bayali, a bit of a bank on Snax, but that's pretty much it. Everyone else is almost broke here. So there's a really good chance for Liquid to have a big impact early on here. And they've got JDM AWPing, which I definitely like. I think that's a good choice on this map.
Yeah, Pasha should be taking his AWP over towards Plateau. So it should be between Neo and Pasha setting up the defense on that B site. Simple is going to be the one taking point for Liquid over on Plateau, so we'll see how that shapes up with Hiko watching drop. So we can start to see the default setup now that Liquid are going to be going for when they have the rifles. This is going to be how they want to control the map. They're spread out all across it, and they're waiting to see if Virtus.Pro are going to get aggressive anywhere. Right now, it just looks like VP are content to sit and wait. Use some nades just to make life a little uncomfortable here for Simple over at Long. But it's all about the waiting game now.
Yeah, it's nice because all those Molotovs allow Pasha to take this angle. He knows that it's smoked off on the right-hand side, and Simple is, in fact, boxed in there for a moment. So I think it's actually worth the Molotovs that Virtus.Pro are putting in, because now Pasha can hold his angle quite comfortably. He knows no one is going to be sneaking out from anywhere, so see if he can actually get a kill behind it as well. He's got Neo close in case anyone tries to rush him down, which Simple is right there. He walks out so far that Pasha can't get the scope up just in time, and now Neo does get a refrag on JDM, so at least there's that. But it's still a 4-on-4, and behind it, Bialy and Drop, 2 people are coming in. He's going to turn around for it. The flash is raining in. One more flashbang. Perfect timing coming in from Liquid. And this 4th round shaping up very well for the American side. Snax, he tried to get through the smoke, but Hiko was there on the other side. Neo to go down, and now Taz entirely alone in a 1-on-4, and probably is not worth it to throw away this M4.
No, this is all, he should just be saving it. Considering the state of the economy here for VP, the fact that they have 2 guys that can buy, if he can save a 3rd one, they could go for some kind of awkward buy with 3 rifles and then hope for the best with 2 pistols. I mean, anything is possible, but right now it's really not looking too hot for Taz. It seems like he just wants to try and make it as expensive as possible for Liquid. He's going to get another kill, but he eventually fails at his mission. If he could have picked up a 3rd kill there, with only 2 people surviving for Liquid, then that means somebody has to force buy, and then there's a real impact on the economy. Now, just means the 2 guys just pass off AKs, and the economy for Liquid will continue to grow. So, wow.
Yeah.
It turns out they had just enough to go for it on VP's side, though. They actually have enough for 4 rifles. But look at the nades. They hardly have any gear to work with.
Yeah, and again, if they had saved that 1 M4, then at least one person would have had some extra grenades in there. So I think if you weigh that up against the idea that Taz could have sort of 1v4'd them, I think it makes more sense anyway to me. But we will see if they could turn it around quick here. Already JDM taking out Snax. He was clipped pretty early in the last round, JDM, by Neo, so it's good to see him getting a little something on the board here.
Yeah, that weakens the defense on the A site. You can see the rotation coming out now from Neo. He's going to be there to back up Taz. But now this sets it up nicely here for Liquid. If they wanted to go towards B quickly based off of this, I mean, Virtus.Pro could always try and cheat and take a risk by only keeping 1 player over on A. But right now, VP are trying to cover everything, and Bialy is going to be the linchpin. If he can control drop down, this could make things a little bit tricky for Liquid. But if he gets run over, Pasha's going to be in for a real rough time.
He's waiting right now, avoids the flashbang, but still going to get taken out by Hiko there. So that's a nice kill coming in from him. Even if he survives on 10 health there, it's going to be a 2-0 trade, favoring the terrorist side, and Pasha's moving in, but think about what all the trouble he's going to be in. Just trying to defend against the 3 people running in from Plateau, and he gets none of them. JDM to pick him off, and Neo and Taz. I don't know why Neo is sneaking in here. It doesn't seem to be worth it again. Very unlikely that you'll ever get 3 kills or something and survive in that position, which pretty much is what he needed at that point in time. So I think maybe he could have played it a bit more defensively. Now it's on Taz to try and save this rifle, which he obviously will attempt here. So Liquid off to a very good start once they have rifles.
JDM is just the hero of this round for me. It's like that single kill, you can see the impact it has on the VP defense, and Cobblestone CT is just a nightmare. If at any point you have to pull somebody off of the B site, it's already shaky enough over there. You have teams, they will stack 4 players consistently on B just to try and to bolster that defense, because even with 3 players, it's very shaky. You drop 1, all of a sudden there's all these angles that open up for Liquid to take advantage of coming off a plateau, coming out a drop. It's just a real nightmare. So Liquid, they get that first pick and they're like, right, we'll just go towards B, because we know now it's going to be really difficult for VP to hold there. Don't know if that's obviously, I mean, the coach Peacemaker, coming in here to actually, have that input, or if that's Hiko, actually having a bit of a say. But so far, Liquid, they've got the rifles and they're making very good calls. Look at this. This is the kill, endangered. Snax just going for that shoulder peek and he gets punished. JDM is quick enough to get that shot. That is so sick.
Yeah, I feel like if you are playing Liquid, if you're playing Virtus.Pro on any map, if you see the smoke going up, you should be aware that people can push. So Snacks is obviously the favorite example. Pash should do it every once in a while too. So I would be careful. Every time I saw smoke, I would just wait and see what happens, because I feel like it's too big of a risk to try and ignore it. So pretty good job there. They do have a bit of a stack. Neo is playing by himself, but the rest are at A long, including that saved M4A1 that Taz is running around with somewhere. So we'll see if Liquid walk into it, or if they just continue their B pressure as they've been for a while now.
This is just, I mean, this is a solid variant on the default setup here for Liquid. Elige is making noise, and he's serving as bait. In case anybody was there at long or anything, or close to underpass, he's just shooting all of his bullets, and he's fine with that because he has Nitro watching his back on high, watching long. Now Hiko's rotated over here with the bomb, and it seems like Liquid, I thought at the beginning of this round that they would want to head towards B, but it seems like they might just walk into this trap. They have very little information to go off of. This is all on feel. Elige, he has to find his first kill, but if he sees Snacks falling back, that might set it up. Taz has still got a rifle.
Oh no, and there's the kill coming through. Pasha's taking one out as well. Elige not hitting the bullets now. He's down to the clock and shooting, and his teammates just, what on earth is going on? Finally, it's going to be Elige coming through. He manages to compose himself enough to get 2 kills, so good job on him. But that was a little bit of hysteria going on down to the connector, and 2 good kills coming in from Taz to close it out, making it a quad for himself. And then Virtus.Pro picking up a 4th round here after what looked like absolute chaos and disaster on Team Liquid.
That is what that is what the hero rifle can do. Usually we see the op, right? You know, it's like AZ yesterday on FaZe, on Dust 2, saves the op, wrecks, the team in front of him, Fnatic, right? You got the 4K with the op. You know, this time around, it's once you have that rifle and you put it in the right place, Taz, he was given the opportunity, and he just completely shut it down for Liquid. 4K for him with the rifle. That's exactly what was needed, because now that's really just going to put so much pressure on Liquid's economy. They were probably feeling pretty good, like this is going to be a farm round, and we're just going to be able to, build that bank, have that safety net. Taz, in a single round, has just taken that away from them. So the pressure ramps up a little bit here on Liquid now going into the next round, the 7th.
Yeah, they need to just take a deep breath here and try and get back into it quick as they can. Neo playing on that newly crafted stairwell, and does put out a little bit of damage, but Nitro has managed to sneak his way into the bomb site. He's going to get a kill. Elige following up on that and taking out Taz now. That leaves Bialy and Pasha still on the site, and Snacks is not that far away, so this fight is not over yet. Bialy picking up 2 massive kills, does get returned, but JDM goes down, and that's going to be the round. Virtus.Pro putting up an excellent defense here, which will make it another round, and 5-2 in their lead here, also putting Liquid back on Nico.
Yep, that's the impact. You see those 2 rounds, it just costs Liquid everything. Now they have to go for like some kind of half buy if they want. They are actually pretty low. They're all kind of floating around 2,000. So Simple, he doesn't actually waste any time at all. He's like, you know what? Deagle, Kevlar, YOLO. Why not? He is one of those players who could just, rip people apart though with that Deagle. He can get those headshots. Juan Deag, he's got him on speed dial. So I mean, we'll see if he can deliver in this round. He's going to be the main heavy hitter here for Liquid. Everybody else, pretty hard eco. Not even a single flash, though, picked up. And I know how much that irks you, Anders. $200 investment could change everything.
Yeah, I mean, it is almost always worth it, I feel like. Maybe a little bit more tricky on a map like this if you're playing the T side, but still, why not? Hiko does get tagged through the door there. That was Snacks putting that out. And you can tell how defensive VP are playing. They don't want to get caught at all. And actually, that's what Liquid wanted to do. They sort of ran up connector and back out into the courtyard. So just trying to see if they could find any random member of VP running around over there.
VP are too wily for that, man. Look at their setup. They know that what they're dealing with. They know they've got pistols. The last place they want to put themselves, Taz, right, is put themselves in a close quarters sort of scenario where they could just get run up on close quarters with that P250. Boom, 1 bullet to the head. Doesn't matter if you have a helmet, you're dead. And so this is actually a pretty decent setup. Neo trying to set that flash up. It actually does a pretty good job of flashing and slowing down Liquid. It staggered the push, but now the push begins here onto the B site. Liquid have actually set up a bit of a passage for themselves with a smoke, trying to get the wrap onto the site, and JDM and Elige going to find 2 kills with the P250, but Neo is still here with the MP9. Sprays down JDM, should find Elige as well, and now it's all on Hiko, but not for long. Taz is there to stabilize things, and it's a 6-2 lead now for VP. On the CT side, the gamble is paying off.
Yeah, we've already seen once today that getting 6 rounds on the CT side is enough. So right now, Liquid has a massive task ahead of them. They need essentially to win every round from here on out on the T side, which is not going to be all that easy. AKs being picked up here. They don't have that much money, so they can't even sort of afford the... actually, they're not even going to go for the full one. That's a little bit weird, though. I'm confused now.
They had the money to buy, didn't they?
I would, if nothing else, I would have bought, you know, 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s. Or even, I would have probably even gone for 2 AKs and 3 Tech 9s. I don't know why they made this kind of buy. I think they're letting go of too much right now. We'll see if it's going to work anyway. It's going to be very aggressive and fast out. And Nitro getting the first kill. Pasha on 1, but he gets returned on immediately. And look how fast they're being Liquid. This time, Virtus.Pro not quick enough with the rotation. And they didn't manage to slow it down at all. So now there should be a bomb plant here. Hiko getting into position and finally going to be able to put it down. And Taz and Snacks, they probably should try and fight this.
They're thinking about it for sure, but Elige, he's in the perfect spot with this Tech 9 to be effective versus Snacks. Yep, gets that first headshot in, and now it's all on Taz. Starts off strong, picks off Elige, so he brings it back to a 1v2, but the crossfire has been established. Now Nitro's holding in front of Connector, with Hiko holding by Chicken Coop, so there's really no way for Taz to get out here. As soon as he takes the fight with Hiko, he should get spotted by Nitro, and vice versa. Perfect play there from Liquid. And that's what happens when you show no fear. They just went for the Tech 9 buy. Yes, they were skipping, but it's one of the few parts on a map that you can really be effective with the Tech 9, right? You run out on plateau, you get a couple flashes in it, you just jump off a plateau. That plateau defense is under so much pressure because the Tech 9s deal so much damage. That's what can happen on Cbble. That's why it's so difficult to hold on that B site.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very, very good push. I just don't understand. I have no idea why they didn't just buy for the rest of them either, but it works. So we'll give them a thumbs up for that one. Snacks is playing alone over on the A side, which is not unusual. He doesn't have the AWP, which is a bit of a shame when he's playing in danger there, because that helps out so much. But yeah, the rest of Virtus.Pro set up very similar position over by the B-bomb side.
Yeah, now you can see Liquid, they're starting to say, oh, pardon me, VP, they're starting to say, right, if you want to go for this kind of YOLO B play where you're just going to run off a plateau, we'll have 4 players here. We're actually, you know, putting a lot of weight on Snacks' shoulders now because he's holding A solo. Neo only just now starting to rotate back there once we get to that minute mark. But at the beginning, when Team Liquid could go for a quick pace, kind of rush onto plateau, rush out onto B site, VP are saying, we're going to have 4 guys here ready and waiting for you. We're actually going to bolster the defense and make sure that we can just shut you down. Liquid, though, they're showing some wisdom. They're actually slowing down the pace. Spreading out across the map, you have that hit squad, Elige and Nitro working together as a pair over towards A to draw attention to themselves. In the meantime, Liquid, they're setting up to get control of drop.
Bialy gonna flash his way in, and they saw that coming. That's just very good teamwork there from Liquid. Will you give him a first kill here? 4 on 5, about 35 seconds left, so they do need to make it onto a site. Simple, jumping past Taz, who's still hiding up on the plateau. This could be lethal, but they're aware of it. Really good fundamental Counter-Strike coming through from Team Liquid, and that's gonna secure them the round here. I like the fact that they're not leaving anything to chance at all.
That was all very, I mean, that's when you have like your Guardian Angel JDM, man. Or the Guardian Eagle, I guess. You know, he does have the stars and stripes going at the bandana. But I mean, he's watching, and he is so quick and consistent with that AWP. Moses is right to bring it up. You know that if Liquid were given the chance to get him onto their roster, it's a no-brainer. You have to. He's the best op in NA right now. You have to get him onto your team, and he will give you an impact. And so far, that's what we're seeing in this round at least. 2 kills for him. And once you get that AWP, he is one of the few specialists as well, where it's just like, actually, you're going to give me an op every chance you get. I will not rifle, I won't pistol, I won't do anything else. Just give me the op. But he is one of those players that will deliver if given the chance.
Yeah, but I also think it's down to it's sort of a team mentality. You know, it's so easy when you've already pushed onto the side. You know, in that round, Simple already runs into the side and he gets a kill. It's real easy to forget to check those corners, and Taz could have ruined that round for them. So I just like the idea that Liquid are just consistently checking corners like that and not skipping anything. Another round here where VP save a rifle and have to try and make something work with just pistols as well.
You better hope so. They got lucky the last time with Taz with the 4K, but they're in a double eco scenario here. So if Snacks can somehow be the hero, make the change, or just make some kind of heroic play happen here to turn things around, that would be horrendous for Liquid. But Liquid, right now, they're playing this anti-eco correctly. Look at this setup. They have 4 players all grouped up. Well, soon to be 5. Hiko's rotating over towards A, but initially, all 4 players grouped up together. They've got that mad buddy system going where even if they get jumped by the rifle, Snacks should only be able to pick up 1 kill. He shouldn't be able to do more than that. And the same to be said if they run into pistols. But VP, they've currently got 4 players over here. Snacks all the way in back, really trying to make that rifle last as long as possible.
Yeah, the only thing we could fault them for, not that it's going to be an issue this round, but Nitro was leading the charge with the bomb. So in case there had been a stack over there, that could have been a little bit iffy. But it's going to work out just fine, I think. Neo does pick up a kill, but easily returned, and they shouldn't have any trouble clearing out this bomb site and getting the remaining kills. I think at most, VP can hope to do some more damage and maybe pick up one more kill somewhere, but it doesn't even look likely here. Just solid round coming in from Liquid. And that means they're one step closer to tying up the scoreline here. Pasha. Oh, that's a really good shot on Hiko. Didn't stand a chance.
That was sick, yeah. Long range with the P250. That's really frustrating, actually, to try and do. Sometimes the P250 feels like it's just, you know, going wide. You're not hitting anything. But when you get the shot, it feels good. 6-5. Liquid on 5 rounds now, soon to be closing things up. And it wasn't a double eco scenario. I misjudged on the economy there. VP, they just have enough. Well, that's the 3rd round in a row for Liquid. So yeah, VP, they have enough to go for the rifles. Snacks is going to be the one skimping. He goes for the shotgun. But the pressure is going to start to mount on VP here. They've got the 6 rounds, but they can do more. So they need to just try and get that focus going again. Because right now, as far as focus is concerned, Liquid, they're ahead. They're definitely, you know, zeroed in on the target. They aren't making any mistakes like they did at the beginning of the half that VP can take advantage of.
So 2-3 type setup now for Virtus.Pro. Only 3 members in the B bomb side, and it seems like seconds from now, that could be fatal to the defense here. They are not going to wait for too much longer, Liquid. I think they're already priming their grenades. Legion Simple are setting up on the other side, and they're going to be raining in. And now backup should be called for Snacks and Taz. The rotation is still so far away. This is going to be a tough round for the Polish team. Flashbangs now coming in, and Liquid setting up to hit this B-bomb site. First in is Nitro, and a little bit of panic there, expecting someone to show up. It's going to be a quick trade first of all, but Nitro making up for it. Great sequence as he picks up another kill on Pasha, and Taz and Snacks are going to be left. And again, they couldn't even make it there in time. Taz only showing up to get shot for the smoke apparently, which will leave Snacks. So, I mean, that is the danger of only having 3 people there.
Yeah, and with a different setup as well. Nobody in Chicken Coop, nobody on Plateau. This time VP were like, we're actually just going to try and form this really tight triangle on the site itself and watch over each other's shoulders. The only problem is, with that AK, Nitro, his aim was just too good that round. He walked in, and the second kill was really impressive. I mean, Simple takes out Neo to start, but he just snaps onto the man holding onto the site itself. Just instant headshot. No chance at all for the man on the site for VP to be able to actually, you know, have an impact to stop Team Liquid from pushing in. Snacks not going to be able to find the kill on Simple. Simple will stop him from saving that Mag 7. And we're tied up now 6-6. Liquid just looking so good. Complete turnaround on their front. It's up to VP now to make something happen, and they're looking at another round of eco.
Yeah, and when the scoreline was 6-2 favoring VP, we said, you know, they need to win the rest of the rounds, and that's pretty much what they've been gunning for here. They've got 4 in a row, looking for a 5th now, which should be possible. Of course, the round loss bonus is soon to be maxed for VP, so they'll have a bit more money to work with, but I don't know if that's much of a comfort since we're sort of running out of rounds here on the first half. We're in the 13th round here, and a lot of Deagles, though. 4 of them, and there's always the odd man out, and this time it's Bialy, it seems. Taz going down quickly, as Simple is making its way onto the site. It's just hungry for the kills. You can see no fear at all. He knows his team is there to back him up behind, so it's definitely going to work out well. Neo spamming away in the smoke. It's just a question of time. JDM to pick up the kill.
I 100% agree, because look at that, man. Simple, this is where a beast like Simple is going to wreck you every time. Is because now, with the Liege, how quickly he was, Simple doesn't even look to the right beneath Plateau, because he knows that his teammates are behind him and are going to be checking those angles for him. So he just zeroes in on Neo. He's like, right, I killed Taz at Chicken Coop. Don't have to worry about that part now. I know there's a guy on the site. I'm going to make sure that guy on the site can't peek out to the left, can't stop me from getting onto the site. And in the meantime, I have faith in my teammates. They're going to come in right behind me. Pasha, he could have caught Simple if Elise was a second later, but no, Elise was there at the right time. And right now, Liquid, they're playing some very solid CS. They're just moving in together as a unit. There's no hesitation. They're just crashing onto sites.
Now, I'm curious, because in the beginning, Virtus.Pro actually did a fairly good job of controlling B long and making sure that Liquid couldn't use that easily to set up. Now they have a double AWP setup, so I'm wondering if they're going to try and put Neo up on that plateau to try and sort of prevent Liquid from even getting there. While Liquid, though, are running over at A long this time, so Snacks is pretty much alone at this point in time, and where he's standing, he could even pretty easily get smoked off, or might just get shot on the side of the head as Nitro is moving out. This is so quick. This is going to beat any internal timing that Virtus.Pro might have, and JDM there to pick it up, but the aggression from Nitro there is actually quite impressive. That's very rare that you'll see someone run that far in without really being discovered. So a really, really quick exchange, and the bomb side in control of Liquid. And VP, if they give up these rifles, they'll have next to nothing for the final round. So they're already just canceling the round.
Yep, what can you do? You've gambled, you put 4 on B, and that's what with Liquid doing a couple very quick B executes, they can get VP to start thinking, well, they're just going to keep doing that until we teach them to stop, right? So we're going to have 4 guys here, we'll shut them down, and we'll be strong for the end of the half. Liquid 1 step ahead. Very quick execute onto the A site. Simple's going to catch Bialy, but Pasha trades him. But it's still a man advantage here for Liquid, and they're actually hunting. Why wouldn't they hunt? You know, they're 14 on the 14th round, going into the 15th round, and they're all floating nearly around 10K money. So they could afford to throw away all of their guns here, Liquid. It's much more valuable for them to try and get lucky and get somebody out for this map. Elise is going to take Taz. Neo finds JDM. Pasha takes out Nitro, but there's only a single rifle at the end of it that VP have. That's perfect success for Liquid.
Even if they had lost all the rifles, it wouldn't have mattered at all. They had infinite money going into this 15th round, so what do they care? Wow, that's 8-6 here, and a great streak coming in from Liquid at the end, just shutting Virtus.Pro, it seems, out of this half, except for the beginning. But I'm starting to notice something. Maybe I'm just making this up. I like doing that sometimes, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot of players now that are trying to beat timings by simply being fast, you know, being aggressive when it seems like it shouldn't be the case, and then just running for a long time to sort of offset whatever timing the defense has going on. So I'll try and see if I can find another example of it. What Nitro did in the previous round is a good example of it. Neo gets a good shot in with the Mag 7, but Hiko and Simple are there in return, and Neo doing more. I think maybe one jump too many, and Simple going to pick up a double kill, which means Taz and Snacks are the last ones left to try and see if they can get a 7th round here for Virtus.Pro. It doesn't seem likely. JDM picking up one more shot, and that's going to leave Snacks. Mag 7 versus all these rifles, and Simple is not even going to let that battle happen. It's a triple kill, though, for the Ukrainian player, and it will be 9-6 here, favoring Team Liquid, just casually picking up 7 rounds in a row at the end. We'll be back in the second half after a quick break. And gentlemen, it's going to be Virtus.Pro and Team Liquid. Second half coming up here. We've got Bialy opening with the pistol round here, and that's probably going to be really important later on for VP. They were up 6-2 at some point, and Liquid said, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to come back and take 7 rounds in a row and make it 9-6. That's some real determination coming out of the American side, and I like it.
That's knowing you have a game plan. You've managed to get the map that you're clearly confident on. Taz, it's good that Taz is the focus here, because for me, Taz is the only reason why VP have actually got more than like 3 rounds on the board coming out of that first half. He saved that rifle. It was that eco round where he saved the M4. That's what broke it up, and that's what actually put a halt to things for Liquid at the very beginning. But after that bump in the road, guys like JDM on Liquid, guys like Simple, they just got in there and got work done. They were definitely feeling confident. Simple right now is sitting at the top of the scoreboard with 16 kills to his name. Yeah. So he's doing his part, right?
JDM, on the other hand, we got on the camera here, lounging somewhere at the bottom at 11 kills. But it's not too bad. I feel like I actually feel like almost all of those kills were high-impact kills, and that really makes a difference. I don't really, it doesn't really bother me that he has 11 kills. I think that's just fine. Snax is on 4, and that does worry me a little bit. Neo on 13, top fragging for Virtus.Pro. That's exciting. I always get excited whenever Neo's playing well. But the pistol round here could have a pretty big impact on the outcome of the game, I think.
You know, just to throw a wrench in things here, though, Anders, you know, when Neo is top fragging, do you feel like that's a problem for VP?
No.
Like we would say in other scenarios, in other, you know, Blade top fragging for flip side, that's a problem, right?
No, I definitely wouldn't. I'll explain why in a bit. But JDM here about to get overrun, but I think the aim punch there ruining Neo's day. Luckily, Taz is there to try and pick it up, and Nitro's quick in behind with Simple. What a great strategy here from Team Liquid, trying to go aggressive, and if they were a little bit faster, it might actually work out. Taz is now running back in, flashbangs all over the place. A complete mayhem of a round here. It's going to be Hiko and Nitro to pick up a couple of kills, but then Taz to close it out. I had no idea what was happening. I need a slow motion replay of that entire round to even try and think about what was just going on. But I like the idea anyway that you take an engagement in the middle where JDM is, and then you have two people flanking around from A long. That's a cool idea. Now, the reason I don't mind the fact that Neo is top fragging is because I live in a different world where I think Neo is actually a superstar player still, so it doesn't bother me. I think he can still do it. I know he even had an interview during E-League where he said, no, that, you know, probably that those days are behind me. I don't think so.
You know, it's like some people, you know, they count sheep to go to sleep. You're just like, you've got Markaloff with the op, Neo with the rifle, and they're just kind of like skipping through this prairie, just getting headshots everywhere. Is that it?
I will never give up on those players, whatever happens. Just never happening. Neo, he does get taken out in a battle where he probably should have got more kills. Can still criticize him. That's all right. Simple with a nice headshot. Tragically, he has to reload, and while he's doing that, Pasha's trying to get some teammates in here, I think, so they can maybe take care of business. Simple is just such a dangerous player, but that was a nice, almost a drive-by from Snax there. And Elige, the last one left in a 1-on-3 here. Trying to go for the kill, gonna get shut down. It almost feels like there's sort of an aura of respect around Simple. You know, people just like, I don't actually want to fight him, you know. Just leave him alone.
He can be that high-impact player, a la JW, Kenny, you know, those kinds of players who used to just dominate servers single-handedly, and entire teams would just fear going to their part of the map because they knew that they were about to get shot in the face. I mean, that wasn't the best showcase of his talents right there. It was a little sloppy. He didn't exactly get a very clean kill on Taz to start things. But yeah, he is one of those players. I mean, right now, though, I'm just watching VP. They've won both pistol rounds. It's a good thing they won the pistol round in the first half, and that Taz. I mean, it just feels like there's a lot of things that had to come together for VP to have the score that they have now. Now they have no excuse. They got the pistol on the T side. They should be tying it up here fairly cleanly, 9-9, before they can afford to buy rifles. And that plow, I mean, they need to actually just start turning it on, revving that engine. So if they let Liquid, if they give Liquid a chance to breathe like they did in the first half, where Liquid just took over everything, this can happen. Elise is just going to get fired up. He's going to find you through the smoke.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that. I can't explain that. Let's just move on from that one. Simple going to be taking out Snax, so now things are looking even more worrisome for Virtus.Pro. They've lost 2 and haven't really even had much of a chance, it seems, to do anything in return, but they are taking over the A-bomb side, and that could well mean the round is pretty much over, I think, for Liquid. I can't see how they can get back in here unless VP make a massive mistake. They have one more smoke, which Pasha's going to put up right now. So there are only 2 entry points if you discount the middle, which you shouldn't because Elise is flanking in here. But still, very hard to get through on the CT side. And Pasha, cerebral play coming out from him, just very heads up. And now it's Nitro and JDM just wondering what happened. We were just in a 5-on-3 and then we stood no chance.
We over-rotated is what happened, basically. We got a bit too excited, went towards that B site, took everybody off of A, and then it just kind of turned, it opened the door. So VP, it was just, you know, Liquid rotating, getting a bit too focused on that B site, and Virtus.Pro hitting the perfect timing to rotate towards A. They just kind of avoided each other. And the problem is, when VP have got the rifles, and they've got the advantage of positioning, you've only got the pistols, you're not really going to make anything happen there. So Bialy and Snax, they bite the dust, but VP will go on to tie things up here 9-9. And I'm curious to see, yeah, there isn't much skimping going on here with VP.
If you think of the positions in which they got the first 2 kills, though, it sort of makes sense for Liquid to think that maybe the rest were going to come B anyways. You know, they probably played it on the best info that they had at the time. But you're right, the scoreline is tied up here, 9-9. JDM has got the op snacks on the other side. I feel like JDM could be one of the key factors in this CT side working out for Liquid, because right now, in terms of map balance, they're a little bit behind. I think they need him to win some big fights early on here.
Yeah, like he did in the first half, right? That pick on Snacks and Danger started things off strong for him. Now he needs to actually just kind of lock down his part of the map, and he is going to be over towards that B site. So him and Elige are going to be that duo working to hold off Plateau. Only problem is that's not where the action is right now. VP, they're setting up to take over A, where Nitro and Simple are currently holding the line. So we'll see if they can actually land the shots. A little bit of a missed smoke going there, so that connector area is actually open. If Hiko realizes he could get over here and actually be a pretty big nuisance for Virtus.Pro.
Well, just going to be spraying through the smoke, in fact, so that's a little bit ridiculous. Again, we see that happening. Nitro just falling off the wall. Then he sees the shadow of Taz and is going to pick up the kill. Snacks will be getting one on Nitro, but this is looking great for Liquid here in the 19th round. Trying to check that corner. It's really hard because when you get far enough out, you can get shot from the balcony too, and Snacks just trying to make this one more expensive. Not going to happen. And Liquid picking up the round, and even with some confidence, I think, only losing Nitro.
Ooh, interesting. Simple doesn't go for the op. They could have had the option to go for the... I would expect that he would want to go for the double AWP every chance he gets.
Yeah, but I'm actually kind of glad they didn't. When this map first came out, because of how it played in 1.6, that was my first expectation. I think even for the first like 4 or 5 months or something, we kept saying, oh, you know, you should go for a double op server because of Cobblestone, because that was just the standing logic. And I think it's actually been proven for a while now that it's very, I feel like it's rarely worth it to do it on this map. There's just something about how it works out. I think it's because there aren't that many positions where you can be expected on this map to only op one angle. You almost always have to cover more than one, and that's just not something most players are very good at doing.
It's true. You have certain teams like SK, you know, Cold, Fallen, they'll make it a core strategy for them, but you're talking about very versatile oppers as well. You know, those guys are just, they'll treat the op, well, look at Cold. I mean, he doesn't even have to have his feet on the ground and he will wreck your day. So, I mean, with the AWP. So, the fact that they want to stay away from that, they probably just want to stick with what works. I mean, this is one of those situational things where it's fun with the sniper, or not with the sniper, but with the silenced rifle as well. So I don't think that, I believe it was Taz who got up onto the site. I don't think he realized he was getting shot in the back by Simple. Simple just played that so calmly from the back of the site. And with the silencer, you're not getting the tracers, you're not getting the sound. So I don't think that VP had any idea until it was too late. Pasha did like a double take when he spotted Simple at the back of that site. So that was some very clever play coming in from Simple. As Yanko would say, right, in a very fine line between baiting and teamwork, right? You know, that was some solid teamwork, I would say. Because if you're gonna lose your teammate, if you get 2 kills behind it, that's all right. You know, you did your job.
Yeah, you're in a good position.
Impact kills, though, I'll specify. If you're getting eco frags, then you know.
Now, just to clarify, are we watching a tactical or a technical timeout?
Pretty sure it was something with Elige there. Admin standing behind him. I think admin came over, so it might be something to do with Elige.
God damn it, Elige.
Seriously, this guy. What's he doing right now?
Pull yourself together.
Now? I mean, Elige is he's definitely. The teams that we've seen that have been very successful, actually, this has been kind of the odd thing so far, like the tendency that I've seen is that like teams that have players that are dropping 30 bombs, and generally the teams that are struggling, the teams that are winning their matches, everybody seems to be, you know, in the mid-teens, very close together, like everybody is pulling their weight. And so right now, I mean, that's pretty much the case for Liquid. It's only Hiko who's kind of lagging behind, but everybody right now, mid to high teams, Simple isn't just like totally doing the work on his own. He's at 19, he's leading the way on the map. But everybody else is right behind him.
That's cute. Chicken couple in the corner. But we're going to move away from that and into some slightly more violent theme here. Coming through with the AKs and everything else. JDM is still starting these rounds at the back of Chicken Coop. And I'm wondering what the idea is. Because if he's expecting a rush, I feel like it's not worth it. I much prefer this kind of setup where they have Elige and JDM playing as a bit of a duo over on that plateau. And to try and see if they can get control back. Just deny Virtus.Pro the sort of full access to use that B long area.
Now, before you guys start tweeting me, I know there's an exception to what I just said, Rubino versus CLG, but it was so brutal, it was so violent that I've already like deleted that from my memory. But yeah, Rubino did drop 30 versus CLG earlier.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what was happening there. That was a bit absurd.
That pistol round was pretty sick.
Yeah, I like it though. It's good to see Rubino just having some I feel like some return on all the time he's invested into the game here.
Everybody should get a feel-good game where they get to just like bully an already beaten opponent.
Well, Elysian Hiko are controlling drop. The bomb is still all the way on the other side, so this really feels like it could be a sort of a huge fake coming out. Or they're going to try and split A through connector, which right now would be extremely difficult for VP to try and accomplish. Great shot coming through, though, by Yali. Going to open up that one. He does turn around, and Nitro picks up 2. And the problem is Hiko is still in here, so there's so many people in the connector right now for Liquid. And Simple going to get picked off, though. That might actually work out. And Nitro, he's so quick on the rotation, coming out of the balcony and picking up a kill. It's going to be 2-on-2 with just 8 seconds left, and he has to put the bomb down. He has to stop putting it down as well because he heard Nitro running in there, which is going to leave JDM in a 1-on-2 with an AWP sneaking close, and he's already heard Snacks in the corner. That Molotov going to buy a bit of time. He pulls out the pistol. I think Snacks, did he see him? It seemed like maybe he would have. There was a gun barrel showing. At any rate, JDM missing a couple of shots, and now it's down to the AWP. There's an AK right in front of him. He could pick it up, but instead he's up on the SWAT truck. He sees Neo. He goes for the no-scope. He's got almost no bullets left either, and Neo right around the corner. Oh, Shadow showing, and there's the kill coming through. JDM picking up the double with time to defuse. What an insane clutch.
Well, Anders, you asked for him to deliver, and he just did. 1v2 clutch, that does the trick. That just shatters VP. In a situation that I think VP were probably feeling pretty good about once they got out on it, apart from Taz obviously getting wrecked by Nitro on the site. The way that Neo and Snacks played that afterwards, it was very close. It was a very touch-and-go kind of round. But that kind of 1v2 clutch, that is going to shatter the confidence here for VP now. 9-11, Liquid pull ahead. They get over that hurdle, and they should have another feel-good moment here because VP are going to have to eco. Curious to see if VP are going to go for more, well, for the aggressive option to go towards B Plateau, the way that Liquid did in their T-half, but doesn't seem like that's part of the plan here for VP. Instead, they're going towards A.
And Simple as there is the early warning system just to check out what's going on. Does actually fall fairly far back, so not really the best warning system at the moment. There's a chance that they could get so close that Nitro and Hiko would be essentially out of position by the time the push comes in. Yeah, Simple's got almost no warning. Now he finally realizes that something is up. He's been tagged down to 15. He's still doing an admirable job here, getting 2 kills, so I think he did enough for his team then. But with just Snacks left, it's definitely going to be Liquid winning the round here. It does worry, I mean, an expensive round nonetheless, but it does worry me. If you're going to play the 4-1 setup, I would at least want my one person on A to have some sort of advanced warning of what's going on. If that one person is holding all the way in the back of A, then chances are you won't know until it's too late.
Well, speaking of which, what I'm wondering right now, VP have done nothing but go towards A site. Is this the round now? They just kind of threw that round away. They went really quickly towards A, almost as if like, right, okay, just get it out of the way. Now is this the time that they decide to change it up and go towards B? And again, it's not looking like it. I keep wondering, and you can guarantee that Liquid are thinking the same thing. When do they go B? And Liquid thought the same thing. They have 4 players over at B right now early on. They were thinking that VP after that round would try and go for some kind of aggressive B play to change things up. But it's not happening. VP instead, once again, setting up outside of A. They're big fans of the pointy letter right now, VP. They are not interested in B at all.
JDM and Elish still starting out with Elish sort of for the first couple of seconds, being backed by Chicken Coop, and then if there's no rush, he moves up. And now they actually look how far in they're going to push it. That's the alternative to having Simple play aggressive, is to have the B defense try and be a bit more proactive. Simple makes a jump, so they know he's up here. And now the push is going to be happening. They need to be fast. Great opening kill coming in from Taz to pick off Simple. Nitro down on the site, and he almost lines up a double kill. Then Pasha very low on health, but that grenade will finish off Nitro. What a great counter, and that's going to leave Hiko and JDM.
This is where the mind games come through, man. This is so sick. Because I'm the same way as Liquid, right? I'm thinking, right, okay, they're probably going to go B this next round, right? But VP, probably what happened there is that they're just like, right, okay, if they're only going to have Simple, they're thinking the same thing as what I'm thinking, right? They're thinking they're probably going to try and stack their defense towards B. They noticed last round that Simple was the only guy holding on the site. And so VP probably did this, you know, thinking the same thing, where there's like, right, if they're only going to have one guy on A, if we're quick, we get those smokes down into connector, all we have to do is kill Simple, and boom, we get the A site. And that's exactly what happens this round. This time, Simple isn't able to trade 1-for-1, or even like in the last round, get 2 kills. This time he just gets overrun because they knew exactly where he was playing from. And VP, that's just bang on, 10 rounds for them.
You can even pinpoint the moment in time when Liquid know that it's the A push, and that's when Simple jumps on that rooftop. And think about how little warning that is. Again, it is a little bit worrying, but Not that much money on Liquid means they're going to try and even out the money a little bit here. I'm surprised. Maybe I thought they could have actually gone for an eco here, but they are just going to straight buy into this round. And it'll be interesting to see if this will work out. If it doesn't, man, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
This is definitely a bit nasty. Elige, do you not have a gun, Elige?
There's a FAMAS in CT spawn. I have to point this out. There is literally a FAMAS in CT spawn. Liquid, just what the hell is happening?
All right, this is, you have to wonder now, is it nerves? Are they starting to get a little nervous? That clean streak, they were looking so good. Now things got a little rough.
Are they American?
Oh, you went, gee, man. No chill, Anders.
Something gone horribly wrong. I'm actually disgusted and appalled by what I am seeing, but Simple did pick up a kill on Neo. There's Elige. I thought there was something light, you know, about this round. It just wasn't carrying as much equipment this round. Simple and Elige will be going down, and Taz dishing out the punishment. JDM to fall next in line as Taz picks up a triple kill, and it's going to be Nitro and Hiko left here. 2 versus 4. There is no level of confusion, it seems, that Liquid won't eventually descend into. Quad kill for Taz as Virtus.Pro now climb back up to 11 rounds.
Now, if this was matchmaking, there would be a lot of shouting. Be saying, uninstall the game, never touch CS again.
That would be my recommendation too.
What is that, man? And that's actually, that led, because VP, again, they go towards A, they got control connector, they end up just crunching through A, but they go all the way through towards balcony, and in the meantime, Liquid, they could catch on to this, but Elise is too busy trying to run back to pick up that FAMAS that the defense is just compromised everywhere. That is an unreal round, actually.
I feel like you can make some great comic strips out of this round, just the complete confusion.
I don't even, dude. So, now Liquid are finally starting to say, well, we're just going to stack on A if you guys are going to keep coming over here. But unfortunately for them, it's an eco round. Liquid spent all their money in the last round on that catastrophe of a round, and now...
Yeah, but look at the good movement coming out of Elige. Again, I mean, if you're playing around like this, you might as well try something, right? And he's moved up quite far. It's unlikely he'll get a lot out of this, but it is still a solid idea to try and see if you can do this. What if they were pushing A right now and they were sort of walking into the stack? It'd be worth its weight in gold to have Elige walk in behind. So I'd definitely give him credit for that. That's how I think you should want to play those rounds. Obviously, this is going to be Virtus.Pro equalizing. There's nothing that Liquid could do to change the outcome here. So maybe try and get Hiko some Mac 10 kills, if possible.
Definitely possible, except that Hiko's been looking just a little flustered. Like we saw in the spray from that last round. I mean, making uncharacteristic mistakes. Not really. We usually expect Hiko to, okay, maybe he's a little low on the scoreboard because in general he plays that lurk role. He takes his time with it. He's not always at the front of the action. And well, when Simple and Nitro, when Elige are hitting their shots, there really isn't going to be a whole lot left for Hiko to get. But that was definitely a little, you know, a little shaky than what we saw from the spray from him in the last round towards Connector. So maybe he can get a kill here with the Mac 10. That wouldn't be too bad. His teammates are certainly going to try and help him do that. JDM is waiting around the corner as well. Might try and feed himself in here with that P250. He's looking, goes for the pre-fire, and they're just man, half a second too late.
Yeah, it's a good idea anyway. I mean, why not try and see if you can get something out of it? Now my worry is that they're going to save the Mac 10 into this round. Please don't do that. I can't handle any more disappointments, Liquid.
The problem is that Liquid still have that. Oh, we might actually have the technical, or not, the tactical rather, the actual timeout coming in here for Liquid at this point. This would be a good time to go for it. This is kind of a make or break round now. But the problem for Liquid right now is that they didn't really get a whole lot out of VP's game plan either. VP only went B that last round because they killed Elige and realized, wait, he's so far pushed up. Right, they just rotate towards plateau and just go out onto B site. It's not like they set up initially to go towards B. So Liquid are still going to be thinking, is it A, is it B? Which way are they going? Are they still going to keep going A? Like, they don't have anything to go off of.
So, yeah, but this comes down to what the map is. Like, there is no way to know that. It will always be a guessing game on this map. There is... I mean, almost nothing you do. I do like what VP were trying to do on the CT side, and Liquid have tried to do a little bit. That seems to be sort of the flavor of the month for getting CT side information, is try and push down B long, and or at least try and control it. That will give you a bit of information. That's okay, but apart from that, you know, you have to put, you know, either 3 or 4 members in B, and if you do one or the other, is almost like a sort of a roll of the dice to try and see what's going on, right? I mean, you can try and predict based off of patterns, but most of the time, that is just, you know, that's not like a science. That's just, you know, having a good gut feeling of what's going on.
I'm just wondering if, yeah, I mean, not only that, but now we actually have Nitro like hitting his shots right now. I'm wondering how you can get him and Simple into the fight, try and take full advantage of those guys, because Nitro's leading the way now, 23 kills to his name, but they've been like high impact frags, obviously making a difference. That combo over on the A site between him and Simple, it's almost just like keep Nitro over there with Simple all the time now. Stop cheating on the B site, just put 3 and 2 and try and let Nitro and Simple work to shut Virtus.Pro down over here on A, start forcing them towards that B site.
Think about what a rough map this is for Hiko as well. If you know, on a map like Dust 2 or a map like Inferno, which is not the rotation anymore, but still, some of those maps, right, you could have Hiko sort of doing a lot of lurking, right? Think about what lurking is on a map like Cobblestone, right? If you're on the defensive side, you will either be straight hit with the attack and then you're not doing any lurking because you're just straight defending, or you're trying to retake a site, which on this map involves almost no lurking either. It's very hard for you to sort of stick around. I feel like maybe, if anything, they should try and have Hiko, just based off of what his skills are and what his role is, almost have him play on the sort of A-long side of the map, and then if an attack comes, just let them pass and sort of stick around and see if you can hide and maybe kill a couple of people as they walk past, or lurk into the terrorist tunnels and try and get in from behind, something like that. I feel like Hiko's skills are hard to put into play on this map.
Yeah, that's, it's just, it comes back into those, into the lack of space for a CT side to work with to hit those timings appropriately. It's just nasty. On the T side, they were just very straightforward. Liquid with that B site, and so that kind of means that Hiko, he's kind of hanging around drop. He's hoping to get lucky. Not a whole lot of action for him, unfortunately, because his teammates got on point and just basically crushed VP. But yeah, it's not his map to shine right now, but we'll see. There's plenty of time left to change that. Scoreline is tied up, 12-12. So now we see VP once again setting up towards A, and this time Liquid, they aren't going to skimp. They've got the 2 players set up over here on the A site, Elige and Simple, actually. So surprising to see that Elige isn't holding towards Plateau. Instead, he's going to be buddying up with Simple over here. Instead, it's JDM who seems to have a focus on Plateau for that B site.
I don't know how Simple had the timing to throw that grenade, but I don't think it could have been much better. So pretty well done. I was about to say it sometimes does trigger when people just throw blind grenades instead of waiting for some information, you know? But obviously Simple just knows more than I do. They do have Elige still with the M4, but he's on the wrong side of the map right now. Instead, it's Hiko the Mac-10. Doesn't seem like the ideal weapon to try and defend drop with against this many people, but he almost does take down Neo, and now Nitro here to pick up the following kill. Goes for a bit more, and that was more than he could have gone for. Bialy there to pick up the double kill. Quick in, and Simple charging from behind. Taz making it around the corner, but that also gives him an AK, and that could have been lethal. The bomb now dropped out in the open. Elige trying to see if he can clutch this round. He's already got the 1 kill. He's getting another one in there, and now it's a one-on-one. Snacks versus Elige. 1 health left, and Snacks will take him out. That's the only kill he got in the round, but it's a really important one to give Virtus.Pro a 13th round.
Unbelievable how close this is and how balanced it is between both of these teams now. Both teams have won eco rounds. Both teams have had one-on-one clutches go their way. This is just down to the wire, and it's exactly what you would hope for coming out of a winner match for a group. One of these teams is going on to play on the main stage in LANXESS later this week, and one of them is going to have to go ahead and battle tomorrow in a best-of-3 for that same chance. So this is brutal. Liquid now, they eat that round of eco. Elige did the best that he could, but now it's all about that double AWP setup. Now Liquid decided to bust it out. Now Simple is going to be on the AWP. JDM, he's over on that B site, as we expect with the AWP, but Simple, he's going to be locking down that A site on his own.
I have to talk to JDM and Elige later to find out exactly how that setup works, because it's really interesting. You could tell that it's sort of a core part of the setup to have this early on. Now, usually by this time, by about 1:25, I've noticed they start to rotate JDM onto the plateau. It seems like this time they're not doing it, so I don't know what's changed since last time, or if it's just an instinctive thing right now. Elige putting a couple of shots through, and they've done a lot of damage to Bialy, so that's maybe a good start. Now they're finally going to go for the same type of setup here, while Neo is lurking in. And I think he's managed to avoid Simple so far, but JDM trading a kill there. Snacks quick with the refrag, and Neo so far in to get that kill. Walking in on Simple will get him killed, and now it's a 3-on-3.
Very well done there by Cbble. That is the shot. That is the crucial shot to hit. Elige not going to be worried too much about the smoke. He does eat some HE damage, but they are a little bit late here. VP getting out. Unfortunately, he jumps the gun, and now they know that somebody's holding close. Snax, he's got that angle with the AWP, and Elige is in a tight spot. He's got no support from his teammates, and they'll eventually just pick him off. Where are his teammates to help him out? Cbble, he's holding from connector onto the site. He's got that AWP. He'll find 1 kill on Bialy. Into a 2-on-2 now, and VP, 22 seconds left to get the bomb, and they have the man advantage. It's all on Hiko, and it's not going to happen. Snax is there with the quad kill in the key round here for VP, and they'll have it go their way. Snax making all the difference.
Yes, and just to follow up on that, if you think about what his scoreline was, Snax, in the first half, he was so far behind his team. Now he's at 18, which is second on the scoreboard, just 3 kills behind Taz. I think he had, what was it, like 5 or 6 kills or something in the first half. It was almost nothing. So he's really come back into the second half, and Virtus.Pro are now 2 rounds away from beating Liquid on Cobblestone, which would be pretty damn good. I mean, Liquid haven't been playing that badly except for some strange rounds.
Certainly not. Liquid have lost both pistols, and yet we're still here where it's just now that VP are starting to pull ahead, 14-12. This has been an incredibly close game coming out from Liquid despite everything going against them. So now, I mean, now it's Liquid kind of hoping for a little bit of luck here, honestly. I mean, they go for the half buy. It may not even be a half. It is a half buy. So they're saying, right, we're going to try and play for overtime here. We're going for some pistols, some Kevlar, but it's going to be in the next round on the 28th where they're really just going to try and throw hope to the wind and hope that they can get overtime out of this. Because otherwise, VP, they will be picking up that first seed in the group. So Hiko, he's about to have a little bit of a hello over here in underpass. Neo with the flash. Hiko comes around the corner. Neo misses the spray, goes for the follow-up HE, and Hiko survives barely 2 HEs. He lives with 13 HP.
Over on the B side of the map, Simple, the Deagle in hand. Now would be a good time to show the world exactly what this Deagle can do, because Simple's kind of famous for it. He's very, very dangerous with exactly this weapon, but there's so many people coming, it seems unlikely he can get too much out of it. Now they've discovered him as well. There's the first shot coming through, looking for a bit more, but they're not giving him the chance, and Snax will take him out of play, so that's definitely a good job there. 4 versus 3. JDM is on a massive flanking mission that never seems to really be able to put into play here. And JDM showing up when everybody else is dead. Does get a kill on Taz, which is good fun, but it will be a 15th round here for Virtus.Pro. The bomb just now going down.
And VP only seem to want to come over towards that B site when they know that Liquid are on an eco or on a half-buy saving guns, rather. They really don't want to have anything to do with B, which is interesting with how things have broken down here so far. JDM making it a bit closer, though. 1v2, he's got that AK. And Bialy and Snax are both low on HP, but they've got the after-plant positions, and Bialy's going to peek up from the new stairs added to Plateau and find the shot on him. So 15th round now on the board for VP versus Liquid's 12, and there's 3 match points for VP to try and lock things down and pick up that first seed. So it's a full buy for VP, no surprise there. They have the money to do it. Pretty solid economy to go off of here. 3 players sitting around 6K. But now this is all or nothing for Liquid. They just ate that round of eco in order to get the double AWP going again. And last time, it wasn't super effective, so we have to see if they can do better this time for Liquid.
They are going to need to. They need 3 rounds in a row to try and push this into overtime, and then they might have a real shot at doing it. Taz sneaking close. That's a great opening kill. And now we finally get to see what the setup looks like. If there is any kind of aggression, JDM back by Chicken Coop. We'll see if he can make the big difference. Taz walking right into that shot. But now he's very exposed. It's really hard to stay alive if they keep pushing back here. So I like the fact that JDM's already moved out, because I feel like if you just stay there, it's almost a recipe for disaster. It's a 4-on-4 here. And Virtus.Pro don't have to commit to anything.
No, you can't be a turret, right, in that sort of scenario, because as soon as you trade the kill, it's almost crazy that he just stays that long. Now Cbble misses the shot. It looked like he was dead on, but VP, they're about to commit to this A site. The bomb is here. All 4 players about to go running up, and it's all on Cbble now. He does have the help of Nitro, who's rotated in, but Snax finds the kill on Nitro as he tries to get to the site, and so it really is all alone on Cbble. He's going to pick up the first kill on Pasha. Bialy going to be flanking him, though, and Cbble, he's feeling the heat, drops down on someone, but doesn't see that Neo is right beneath him, and that Tech 9 going to find the kill.
Oh, Hiko, very aggressive jumping out there, but he's also alone. 1 versus 2, and this one is going to be for the game. He has to try and clutch it, and we haven't seen much of that out of Hiko yet. So now would be a good time. Not even going to be given the chance. Snax picking up a triple instead, and 16-12 in favor of the Polish Virtus.Pro. what a power performance coming out of them. I think they played solidly on this map, and they were looking fired up. Snacks ending up tied for top frags with 23, which means his second half run here was out of this world. Snacks just coming alive, and that's going to be a bit scary for everybody else.
Yeah, no, and it has to be for everybody else, because right now that means VP, there's 3 players sitting above 20 kills. Neo just sitting on 20, but Bialy and Pasha not lagging behind either. Everybody did their part at the end for VP. And so, I mean, that's what's going to win you the game, is when it gets to crunch time, you can start to see where Liquid, right, they've just kind of been cobbled together now. Simple, you know, he's not that full-time roster player. He's just been rotated. GDM has only just come in from CLG. So you can start to see where you have the oldest roster in CSGO and their ability to just lock down on that teamwork, that bedrock that they've developed over the past 2 years. And you have a roster who clearly has a talent to be a threat, but isn't quite there to figure it out yet.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see this level of Virtus.Pro. I hope it's going to continue throughout the tournament. Of course, they will have made it through, so that's very exciting for all the Polish fans. We will have a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have a full analysis of the match that we just saw, so stay with us.